It takes a level of patience. But
now, when you first started off, I remember things weren't going so smooth. And at one point, when you were an officer, they sent you to a whole nother department to where you went on the street.
Yeah.
Am I right? It's been a while since we spoke about that, but can you explain? Can you talk about that situation at all? Can you explain that situation?
Yeah. So at the time, this was 2009, 2010. My first career job was down in Marion County, with the sheriff's office down there. Awesome sheriff's office, awesome department. At the time, it was what people call as a good old boy system. Like, mind you, my upbringing, I never experienced.
As a civilian, that's how I feel like law enforcement is in general.
Really?
Yeah.
Good old boy system.
Good old boy system.
In some areas, yeah.
That's why anytime you have a function, I don't talk to nobody.
I got you. And I understand that. But I understand that. No buts. I understand that. And there's a lot of people that feel the exact same way. Until they meet me. Like I said, I'm approachable. They see a young guy in that type of career, and I guess I seem approachable, and they want to know why. Like, why do you choose this? Now, the story I told you how I came, I never tell nobody that story because it makes me seem naive and dumb. But it was a blessing in the sky. So, but at the time, I was young, 19 years old, graduated from the academy. Wasn't too sure if I wanted to do the career. But like I said, I never quit anything, so I saw it through. So when I got hired, like, it was very hard to get hired at that time because everybody wanted you to be 21 years older because you can't buy bullets if you're younger than 21.
True.
But you can be a law enforcement officer at the age 19.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. So Marion County took a chance on me and hired me, and that's one thing about me. I never changed. I always been who I am. And when I was out there, I guess the culture they were in at the time, it was like, you're the target. You're the target. I'm not supposed to treat you as this guy over here.
And these are your own fellow
law enforcement officers. Like, it's like the typical stereotype. Like, dreads.
No.
You got something.
You
got something. You doing something. So I never wrapped my head around that. They didn't let it be known like verbatim, like, hey, this is what you're looking for. It was kind of like, what are you doing? Whenever I would interact with somebody like you, or even I treat everybody the same. So it's like, hey man, if you want to report something, I take it serious. Like, hey, what do you want to report? But in their eyes, like, nah, you too young. You're not doing it right. This is how you do it. And I would see certain things where I would be uncomfortable at times. I'd be like, I don't think that's how you're supposed to do that.
And they felt you should be profiling individual.
Pretty much, to a certain extent, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. You can say that. But I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to profile anybody. I just treat everybody the same. And then,
do you feel like they were profiling everyone or profiling people?
It depends. It depends on the area that I was assigned to.
Okay.
Like, if I was assigned to, someone say, the east side of town where it's predominantly black, like, this is who you're gonna deal with, and this is what you're looking for. This is the issues in that community. These are the people that's doing it. So if anybody that looks like them, that's what it is.
Wow.
As opposed to there's an elderly community. If you're assigned to this community, these are the crimes that happen in this community. This is what you're looking for. These are who's doing it, whether white or black or Hispanic. But if they look like this and act like this, these are the people that's doing it. Mm-hmm. So it was depending on the area you were working in. And the particular area I was working in was predominantly black at the time. And like I said, I treat everybody the same. Like, I've worked in the elderly community where I treat them the same, their crimes or whatever they want to report. I would take that same demeanor and the same passion for the job. And when you place me in this environment, it would be the same. They wanted me to change. I'm like, nah, you need to be more aggressive. You need to be doing this. Yeah. So they saw that I couldn't adjust to their standards. So they're like, hey man, let's throw him in the jail. Let's show him.
So you were on the street as a police officer, right?
Yeah.
And because you wouldn't, quote unquote, profile individuals and see through their lenses, through their eyes, how you're supposed to be seeing, right? They said, we're going to take you out the street from being a police officer to basically a CO.
To a certain extent, just to learn, they call it like the demographics. This is not profiling, but these are the demographics that you need to be working accordingly to.
Whatever, whatever you, however you want to call it. But
these are the demographics of criminals that you're working with.
Right.
All right. If you can't see that in itself and deal with it, let me take you to a spot where those demographics are and learn the mannerisms and the criminal mindset to where you can be more useful out here.
Meanwhile, they don't probably profile all these people, right?
Why you keep using that?
Hold on. But because, look.
Yes.
It's all a setup. Like,
yeah.
even just you, like, we never even really had this discussion. I just remember when it happened.
You're right.
You know what I mean? You was going through it. And I remember when you wanted to get out and transfer.
Correct.
So, to me, even just hearing that, that's like a whole police department is really profiling individuals.
And at the time, yes.
At the time. So we talking
different culture now.
Back in
different leadership, different everything now.
Yeah, we talking almost 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy. It's crazy, yeah.
But they put them all in there. They caught the fish they wanted to catch, and now I want you to come view their aquarium. Basically.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like that's
well said, yeah.
That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Hey, let's put you in this environment so you can learn the mannerisms, look at the aquarium. These are the fish that we need you to catch. And see if you can be more useful out here as a
it's
fisherman.
all manufactured by them. You know what I mean?
No. Now the fish that were here now. they ain't innocent.
I mean, I'm not saying
all of them, but majority of them, they ain't innocent.
I'm not saying
they ain't innocent.
I'm not saying they are not innocent or are innocent.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, some of these same crimes are being committed by all walks of life.
Correct.
You just choose to go after certain ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
now there were blacks, Hispanics. There was a different mixture of culture inside the jail, like that, incarcerated. Mm-hmm. Like there was a mixture of it, but majority were people of color.
Okay.
People of color. I would say that.
And so what happened during your transition in there?
So my transition in there, they told me I was only going to be in there for a specific segment in time, and that kept extending longer and longer and longer.
How long did they first tell you you're supposed to work?
6 months.
And how long did you end up working?
A whole year.
No.
A whole year.
Yeah.
No, actually, they told me 3 months. 3 months turned into 6, 6 turned into 9, 9 turned into 12. Yeah, so it was kind of like once it got close to 12, and I will say this, like she's probably retired now, but April Nichols, she was a deputy down there when I was on the road. And she was a blessing when I ran across her because she told me how the culture was there. And being the only man of color in my first briefing with a room full of deputies, I'm the only there. This one time she attended briefing and she saw another one. Oh, hey, pulled me to the side like, hey, where you came from? Yeah. I was like, I just started here like 2 weeks ago. She was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, I saw you out of all of us over here. You know, like we all at the jail. But good to see you. If you need anything, here's my number, and we exchanged numbers. So whenever I would encounter certain things that I felt kind of uncomfortable with, well, I hit her up, and she's like, "Yeah, that's not how we do it. This is how we do it. So these are the channels you need to go to get that corrected." And she helped me out in that aspect, and she was a blessing in the sky during that time. But yeah, so when I got transferred, it was an adjustment, and I'm glad I went through that experience because I picked up a few things within that learning experience, So it wasn't a total bust. It was I turned every L into a learning situation. So it made me sharper, made me more of a deputy at the time. But since they weren't giving me a shot back on the road, that's when I pursued where I'm currently am now.
Yeah.
So I transferred back to Alachua County and still working there, man. Still working there, bro. So it's been a blessing, man. So and it was a financial blessing in the sky as well because I made more money when I transferred too.
Okay.
So when I was married at the time, like it was very beneficial financially. So.
Okay.
So everything was a blessing, man.
Yeah.
No
blessing
loss.
the sky.
No loss. So it was all good. It was all good.